Hey. Welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I am going to do a general message for anyone that lands on this, but I am also going to be doing a free live stream. So one of my subscribers wrote the word healer. They liked the video, they subscribed to the channel, and they're collecting on their free reading today. So I'm actually going to be doing a reading for them. It's been such a crazy week with Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to anyone again that may be catching this video the day after Thanksgiving. You know, the Psychic Soul Healer channel is all about healing spiritual blocks that manifest as problems within our life. Okay, problems within our relationship, problems within finances, just problems straight across the board. So I like to pride myself on always sharing that, because yes, I will do a reading about your soulmate twin flame, right? I have cards that have, again, they're soulmate twin flame cards. Okay, but a lot of times these spiritual relationships cause a lot of triggers. So we want to know what those triggers are. We want to know how we sabotage ourselves from not being able to experience real intimate love. And intimate love is not just about sex and closeness and touching. It's about deep connection that a lot of times gets affected because of trust. So spiritual wounds turn to spiritual blocks that manifest out within our behaviorisms. So we want to know, if we're dealing with a soulmate twin flame, what is the problem, how we are contributing to the stagnant energy, to the undesirable life experience. And you may say, no, it's not me, it's that person. Yes, it may be that person, but you're being with them and letting that experience affect you means that you also have that energy on some point, because soulmate twin flame relationships are all about teaching and growing the soul, but not if we get stuck in the triggers. And again, triggers will manifest out as karmic loops. Karmic loops are like, this is the same experience that I dealt with in a past relationship, or you keep experiencing the same undesirable life experience, whether it's betrayal in your relationships, whether it's financial, not having enough financial freedom in your life, whatever the theme is, the karmic theme. It could be you don't feel good enough, you don't feel like you're enough, you don't have enough. It's whatever the psychological and emotional imbalance is. And I have to say that I start my, live streams always explaining this, because otherwise you may click off, not assuming like I don't understand what you're talking about. Why I look at that energy first is because we can look at the situation through clearer eyes, meaning we don't have judgment. We're not owning the problem. We're seeing it as a spiritual issue, and we're seeing it as a spiritual issue because psychological and emotional aspects of ourself are spiritual. You're only in physical form to learn and to manifest. We learn through seeing ourselves through different life experiences. Again, that's what shapes us, what molds us. If we have triggers, then a lot of times we can be cutting ourselves off from experience. So I have a few decks here, and I'm going to pull a few cards before my client actually shows up, because we have a date here at 1:00 to do her free psychic reading. Now, if you're new to the channel, again, you want to definitely, if you resonate with this, like, share, and subscribe. comment the word healer in the description box. And if you write the word healer in the description box, and I write the word winner underneath your the word you're in your comment bar, then what you'll do is you'll just reach out to me at pureenergyhealer70@gmail.com, and you'll collect your reading. And you collect your reading by we figure out a time that works best for both of us, because a lot of people have crazy schedules. And so I will work around, my schedule and your schedule to make it happen. So just put that out there. I do have a Virgo channel, so you might guys want to check that, and the speakers channel. And my speakers channel right now has just my TV show on it, and it's I have different guests sometimes, and they're either healers or great entrepreneurs that you can learn from, because healing, again, one aspect of healing is learning a different perception, and people can teach us a different perception. We don't actually always have to live a karmic experience to learn. A lot of people in business learn through losing a lot of money. Again, if you grew up in poverty and you grew up watching your parents struggle financially, and now you're trying to be an entrepreneur, and now you feel like you're stuck, you have to say, why is that? Well, again, there's spiritual blocks. Spiritual blocks turn into spiritual gifts when they're healed. Again, if you're new to my channel, and this channel is the Psychic Soul Healer channel, and the reason why is because I start every reading off with using my deck, which talks about the psychological and emotional aspects of yourself. Right now, I'm going to do a general message for, again, anyone that lands on this, and it's going to be what's happening in your person's life. Whether you're together, whether you're apart, what is, again, and what could be going on in your person's life is what's going on internally. What are they feeling? So you might say that nothing's going on with them. They just sit on the couch. They don't do anything. So, but understand psychologically and emotionally, things are always happening, even if your person is suppressed by it. Hey, Esther, welcome. So we're going to do a general message right now for anyone that lands on this, but I'm also going to do a live stream. One of my people won. They're collecting their free reading in a little while. They're actually late. So I am going to do a general message, and what I'm going to use is, again, use my Psychic Soul Healer deck, and we're going to look at the psychological and emotional aspects of your person, what's going on with your person. And again, it could say actually what your person is doing, but if you're saying, well, my person doesn't do anything, well, then we're going to look at, again, what's going on psychologically and emotionally, because that is what their behaviorism is going to be rooted in. So if you're like, this person is not doing shit, or this person isn't doing enough, or this person isn't whatever, then we are, again, going to look at what's going on internally. And I use my deck. Okay. And we're just going to pull one, elitist. So I feel like your person is someone that has a hard time manifesting really anything, because they care a lot about what other people think. They want to have enough money to do it. They put a lot of emphasis on what the outer thing looks like, instead of finding themselves. And again, because elitist is all about that. Elitist people tend to be coming from a more ego standpoint. They're like this, their group of people. They put people in certain criterias and I kind of feel like, again, your person used to put themselves on a pedestal, but they're going through something now where they're actually putting you a little bit on a pedestal, like thinking that your life is better. And again, it's not, even if your life isn't better, Maybe you don't have any drama in your life, and that's why it's better. Person that thinks like this tends to create a lot of drama in their life. And we can't always come from this ego perception. And then there's magical realism. And I feel like this is all about your energy. Magical realism is seeing the signs and synchronicities in your everyday, being led more by spirit. And this is not a way that your person tends to look at life. They tend to, again, look at life more from a very physical left brain perception, which is what they see is what they know is what they believe, which is just the facts. So you don't want a person to always come from that perception, but understand it's all about learning. So I'm feeling like a little bit of soulmate twin flame relationship right now. And again, because opposites a lot of times attract, we know this. So, but there's a lot of passion between you two, unspoken passion. That's how I knew that it was a soulmate twin flame relationship. Because again, logically, this is not someone that you would pick because they don't think the way that you do. If you're you're a highly sensitive person, you're a creative person, you're an intuitive person, you're a passionate person. And I believe your person tends to be a little bit more reserved. Again, caring a lot about outside appearances. Again, that's a Leo's card. But there's a lot of, again, passion. There's a lot of passion. So again, opposites attract. So this is what we know, soulmate twin flame relationships. Again, are soul relationships. They're divine relationships. Even if it's a little bit of a, might say, no, I kind of feel like I'm in a trauma bond. Well, understand, soulmate twin flame relationship, when it's bad, it's a trauma bond. You have that, it pretty much is. So it just depends on what level of consciousness you're coming from. So if your level of consciousness is coming from, again, a more spiritual and intuitive, you're going to be a more higher vibration because it's more from the creative, it's more from the divine, where a person that's an elitist is coming more from, again, an ego perception. They're like, this is my crowd. I need to look this way. I want to belong to this group of people. And again, they put people in categories where I don't believe that you do. So again, this opposite attracts energy. A lot of times it's because neither person is really wrong if we're going to look at things. Everyone's entitled to live the way that they want to live. Though coming from a spiritual perspective is coming from a vibration of love, which is the energy of the universe, which is a higher vibration than of the physical world. The physical world meaning very grounded energy, very business, money oriented again. These outside structures. So this is why I'm saying, opposites attract, and that neither perception is wrong, but maybe each perception is too much in their perception. Meaning your person really believes in money and finances and that things need to be very structured and things need to be very systematic and things need to be very controlled, where you're like, oh, I'm just going with the flow of the magic of life and the universe, and I love everybody and we'll just figure it out as we go. We're going to wing it. There's really no structure, but there's a lot of passion. So again, it doesn't logically make sense because it's a relationship of the spirit, of soul, divine connection that is bringing you together. Again, one that when you look at this person, you say, I feel like I know this person from a past life. I feel like I resonate with this person, even though that we're so different. As soon as I'm finished with this, you can. I'm actually waiting for someone to come on, but if they're going to be late, I don't know. I'm going to start taking people, to be honest with you. I just want to finish this for whoever lands on this live stream, because it's very uncomfortable to do part of a message and then stop and then go. You know what I mean? So, but it'll be fast. I'll make it fast because I know you're here. And I'll do so by how would I make it fast? Well, we're going to look at the triggers. We're going to look at the spiritual triggers between you and your person. Again, whoever lands on this that resonates with this, I'm going to look and just see what are the spiritual triggers. What are the spiritual triggers that how you trigger your person is what I want to know. How do you trigger your person? Expectations. I felt disappointed and anger because my expectations were not met. So again, your person feels like you expect them to act a certain way and to be a certain way, like kind of like you're judgmental to them. Now, I'm not saying that you are. What I'm saying is if a person has a lot of trauma, and they would, and again, they care so much about what everything else looks like in their outer world experience. And then they have expectations. They're the one that really has expectations. And they see that people have expectations of them and that they never can rise above it, which makes me feel like they need healing. Which obviously that's what a soulmate twin flame relationship is all about, is to bring you closer to that person so that you can transmute those energies, because you can't just get rid of negative energy. It doesn't work like that. The law of spirit, the law of God, the law of nature, the law of the universe tells us that we have to, again, use this energy, which is, again, fire. Fire in alchemy is the only energy that's going to transmute that negative, energy. And so the magical realism is, again, how you are. Let's see how, like, again, how this person irritates you. How this person gets underneath your skin. Substances. Ooh. So it's, again, your person doesn't want to feel their emotions because, again, they use substances. Like they either drink too much or do something to suppress how they feel so that they don't have to, deal with the situation. They escape. And so even if they're not doing drugs, we know that the way that they deal with problems is that they escape, which is really annoying and triggering. I want to look at the wounds. Rebellious. So it mirrors out within your person as like they become very rebellious and they sabotage the relationship. They can't get out of their own way. They need to be right. They're, again, in this controlling thing, which is very alcoholic and, again, drug addiction behavior, by the way. So they could be a very functioning alcoholic. They could be someone that does drugs on the side, but that's the way that they deal. And let's look at your wounds. Scheming. Manipulating the situation, going behind someone's back, release the need to control. So you both have a need to control, but I feel like you're doing it to try to control the relationship, to make sure that you're going to be okay. But you have to realize if someone's triggering you to be like, are they going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? Are they going to do this to me? You're no longer in the present. You're no longer in the present, and whatever you're afraid is going to happen, you're going to manifest. Understand that. You already know. Your spirit already knows it. So you can't avoid it. Just because this person's a soulmate twin flame and you have a lot of passion for them, you got to realize codependency is another trauma bond that mirrors out when a soulmate twin flame relationship is not healed. So I'm just going to say that, and then we're just going to look at, last and foremost, I want to look at the karmic lessons. What the hell is the point of this? It's not a pleasant relationship. Though for those of you that are sentimental, I will pull 2 cards to see what the hidden truths are. Just because some people are like, no, I like this person. I get it. We can't control who we love. But let's see what the hidden truths are. We'll pull 2 and then just what the karmic lesson is, what the whole point is, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, hidden truths. I can't stop thinking about you. Again, very alcoholic, addictive behavior. and escapism. So if you're in separation, or if this could be like a high within your relationship. So your relationship could be one of those relationships that feels like a roller coaster. That's what it feels like. And it's because the person, again, escapes whenever there's a problem. So you feel like things are going good, but then life happens and then they get triggered and then they do that. So you can't. You got to get off this. Thank you. Okay, and I feel you even though we're apart. Again, real soulmate twin flame relationship, which is this is why this relationship would be difficult, because there's a lot of passion, but there's somebody that's really not healed here. There's someone that really I feel like kind of needs therapy. And the reason why is because they escape, and they escape from their problems. And part of escaping could also be you. If this relationship keeps creating so much emotional, remember that it becomes like almost like an addictive energy. And that addictive energy, remember, the limbic system is all about your emotions. And when you're craving for that drug, when you're craving for that sugar, well, again, when you're craving for that relationship high, the endorphins that go off. So it's like there's a real passion and there's a real, but with this addictive behavior, your person has a way of, again, escaping into things. And I wouldn't want to see that, because again, I can't stop thinking about you. That's obsessive behavior. Now, normally I might be flattered, I wouldn't lie. But again, long and short of it, if someone is really compulsive and they're like that and they're controlling, and then on top of it, I don't think that you would enjoy this. So let's see what the karmic lesson is. We'll wrap it up. Mirrors, separated or together, we are working in tandem with each other. So again, something within your relationship, this is why this is more of a spiritual message, where the spirit, the universe, you're only having a relationship with the universe. Everyone else is a reflection of yourself, even the people that annoy you. So what spirit is saying is, hey, before you make it to the next level, you need to clear certain things. And part of that could be codependency. It could be, again, the need to control, this second chakra imbalance. Again, this is, you don't have it as bad as your person, but you have it. And so Spirit's saying you have to clear that. And so, again, it's a karmic relationship, which means learn. So there is potential if you know how to deal with it. And dealing with this would be not being codependent and having your person go into therapy and understand that the relationship would need to go super ass slow. I would never say never, because again, relationships are about healing, and everything's karmic. Everything's karmic, which means learn. It doesn't mean bad. All right. So I hope whoever lands on that resonated with that. And Wave Killer, you have a question for me? Are you still there? Are you still there? Oh, okay. So ask me, like you said, you had a question. You had a question for me. Or do you just want me to post some cards just to see what I feel? This is my first live stream talking to people, so I don't really know how it works. So I'm just kind of winging it. I could just play a few messages. Otherwise, I'm just gonna, again, start channeling again for whoever is on here, because sometimes people don't. Again, they just resonate. And we can see why it's all about healing. Because healing doesn't mean, like, everything is all about spiritual equilibrium, right? Finding balance in our situations. But how can you find balance when you're fighting with your heart and your mind, right? How can we do that? And we have to come to a place of spiritual equilibrium. My question is, how does Aiden feel towards me and his next action? Oh, it's okay. Da-da-dum. Let's see. I'm like, where's the rest of my damn cards? Laura, I am available all day today. Oh, what is this? I told you I'm on. Sorry, let me just get back to this. This is a person that won their live stream. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Sorry about that. No, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We're all finding our wave. Okay, so I'm just looking for a deck of cards. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but I had like a deck of cards and I only see 2 of the cards here. And I'm like, okay, am I crazy? Oh, they're back in the thing. Okay. All right. So we want to know what Aiden's going to do. So I'm just going to randomly like pull from my deck. And what he feels about you, most importantly. That's the thing. I feel like your relationship, like again, like it's like tactlessness. It's like, does he give you a really hard time? Does your person give you a hard time? I feel like there's a sense of that he gives you a little bit of a hard time, sometimes a lot. Yeah, that's what it feels like. And it's because there's a sense of, but there is a strong connection. And that's what I feel. So again, and that's so ironic, like what I was just leading up to say before about spiritual equilibrium. Like your person is fighting with their head and their heart. He hasn't given you a hard time. Well, I feel like he's someone that can give a hard time then. You know, that's the energy, or whoever he was with has given him a hard time. There's energy of a hard time there. So let me see. Again, he feels that there's a positive change going on, like again, that you guys are a positive change for him. So that was where I felt like someone gave him, again, besides his Discord got deleted. Discord, I don't understand what you're saying. I feel like that there's a sense that whoever your person was with before gave him a hard time. So he's thinking that this is a positive change because, again, when I get the Tower card, it's again, and you're like, no, this person is not giving me a hard time. But I said, I really felt like whoever like your person was prior, like was with prior, gave them a hard time. And so again, romance. It's like Knight of Cups. So I'm feeling like your person does care about you. But I don't do readings this way. Like I do readings again the way that I was doing them. So what I'm telling you is, the question is, my life has been going in a downward, losing purpose, and not sure how financially to support myself in the future. So let's see. Well, that's like a life purpose question. That's not like, again, and I'm not doing free readings here today. I'm actually doing like, again, I can answer some like I said, the one question for people, but I'm not doing full readings, and that's a full reading right there. Like you need a session. I don't want to be mean, but that's like would go into saying what your spiritual blocks are, what has happened in the past, how to find your soul's purpose, what you'd have to do to create your soul's purpose. That's a reading. You know, but if you have like a question like what what wave killers did was, I want to know what my person is doing. I want to know what my person feels about me. And I want to know what they plan on doing. Those were two questions. And then I felt that person, whoever they were in a relationship with past, again, it wasn't good. She said, well, my relationship's good so far. And I was like, and then I pulled romance. So I knew that person has issues, again, from whoever was in their past, but nothing with her. And that, again, their mindset was clear about what they wanted. So the relationship would just need to go at a certain pace. But as far as, financially, I'm going to pull for you, Esther, again, what I feel just financially, like oneness. So again, you need to do something that's going to connect to you. Connect, like your mind can't be in two places at one time. Right now, what you just said to me is your life is going in a downward spiral, that there's no, like you're losing purpose, like you don't know where to look, which means that you're feeling very alone, which means that you're not feeling enough. Again, all root chakra imbalances, which means that you have to get into your body. The first thing you need to do is get into your body, because there's a lack of connection, and there's a lack of connection to God, because God works through you, through gut intuition, inner knowing, and works through your environment to bring you people, situations, and experiences that change your mind and your heart about who you believe you are and what you believe you can have. So that's number one. You're up in your mind and now getting more and more and more anxiety. Only in the now do you get divine guidance. God knows what you need more than you know what you need. You need to, again, be like childlike, find yourself. There's pieces of yourself that are actually missing. You're like, what am I supposed to do with my life? God says that's not what makes you connected. You have to feel connected. You have to be able to give and receive of love through your free will, through what it is that you desire, what you're passionate about. If you don't have that, you're only always going to get a job. You're only always going to look for the answers outside of you. You're always going to live in fear. You're never going to be able to feel anything. You're never going to be able to see through your environment any of the signs and symbols. Your intuition's not going to lead you. You're going to be coming more from a logical standpoint. So the spirit is saying right then and there, it was like, you need to, again, create a daily practice for yourself that's going to help you deal with the stress and the anxiety, and to help you get into the moment. Then you need to join things, and you need to be interactive in life. And that might sound like the last thing that you want to do. I just want you to know that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you're in survival mode and you're nervous, what's going to happen is you're going to... Are you listening to what I'm telling you? Well, speaking of love, there's this guy. Well, I wanted to, like, again, were you listening to this? Because I was channeling to you. And what I'm going to tell you now, too, is if you're imbalanced in an area of your life where you're feeling like you're going downhill, a man is not going to be the best thing to come into your life at this very moment. I'm just saying, because it's like, it doesn't mean that it wouldn't mean that this person doesn't find you attractive, and why wouldn't they find you attractive? It's like that's not the issue. The issue is that I need you to feel good about yourself. I need you to vibrate to the highest vibration of love. Again, by becoming love, because men tend to... Again, anyone, if you give them too much, they take advantage. And that's, again, a spiritual issue that you've had of people, again, coming in and acting like one thing and then all of a sudden showing you something else. And we don't want them. We don't want that. It's, again, but man will always find you attractive. You're attractive. That's not the issue. The issue is that if you give them too much time, if you show that you don't have enough of a life of your own, again, that energy inside of you, again, which doesn't make you feel good about you, is going to attract people to you. It's not about, like, can you hang out with this person? Yeah, you can hang out with that person. But Esther, I swear to God, you better like join things, be interactive in your life, make that person want you, make that person desire you. Again, show them again exactly like who you are, because you have a feisty like way about you. You are sensitive, but you're also like having this other side to you. And so understand, you have to be able to train a person on how you want to be treated. And that's anybody that comes into your life. And if you're giving them everything because they're your main source of passion, they're not going to respect you. And that's going to be the problem. And that would reoccur over and over, right? And so, how do we deal with our sensitivity? It's hard. Our sensitivity is all our thoughts and our emotions, right? Thoughts and emotions create, it's all about passion. Oh my Lord, I just realized something. I just realized that my poor girl is on the other channel. Oh my God. You know what? I just realized she's going to be like, are you crazy? Hello? Is this? Hello? Hello? Why aren't I getting anything? Okay. I just realized I'm on my other channel. I am so sorry. Can you please text me at 917-359-0588? Thank you. Yikes. I just realized she's on like a Virgo channel, like on my other channel. I always said I need my own life first before I, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't mean that you can't date. Oh, hold on. Hello? Hello? Why aren't I'm not hearing anything from this person that keeps calling me. I don't know what's going on, but that's the whole thing. They keep, hello? Hello? Oh, hello? Hello? I don't know what the hell is going on here with this person. Hello? I don't know what's with your phone, but I can't hear anything. Choose another phone number or email to call. I can't, like, I'm like, I can't hear you. Please text me. You keep calling me. I think I'm gonna actually have to wind this down. But and I am so sorry because, like I said, I'm supposed to be on my other channel, and this person is calling me off the hook. But I think that that's your answer. Your answer is to create yourself. 30, never had a boyfriend, even a definite not ready to get married, but for whatever reason that guy keeps learning. Well, because listen, it's not normal that you shouldn't have a relationship, but you're also right to not to get into a relationship without having anything of your own, because being sensitive, you will feel everything that that person wants and won't be able to, do what you need to do for yourself, like online or outside. I'm so confused. So that's why I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying to you, like you have to create yourself and get grounded and find yourself, and again, and then you'll connect through your heart again, that because we pulled oneness, and that again, that's where spirit takes over. You'll see the signs and synchronicities work through you. I'm sorry I have to cut this short. I hope that that was helpful. Bye.